TikTok CEO Shou Zi recently admitted that he limits his own children's screen time on TikTok. Did you know that TikTok, the app most people open for just a few minutes, is designed to keep you addicted for hours? This isn't by accident. TikTok uses advanced psychological tricks to keep us hooked, whether we're 15 or 50, and it's leading to massive mental and emotional impacts worldwide. Let's start with a simple question. Why is TikTok so addictive? TikTok's algorithm is unlike any other social media platform. Unlike YouTube or Instagram, TikTok's For You page learns what keeps you watching and feeds you more of it. This is called addiction by design, a method so precise that you don't even realize you're being manipulated. According to a study from the University of Toronto, TikTok's algorithm can detect and adapt to your behavior within just 10 minutes of usage, analyzing every pause, swipe, and like. Psychologists call this a dopamine cycle, where your brain is flooded with dopamine every time you watch a new video. The app learns to give you exactly what your brain craves, pulling you back again and again. Think about it. Have you ever opened the app intending to watch just one video, only to look up an hour later? TikTok's For You page is constantly feeding you content that it knows will keep you hooked. And this endless scroll has an enormous effect on mental health, especially for kids and teenagers. Here's where things get darker. Studies have shown that TikTok isn't just a time suck, it's actually harming young people's mental health. Children as young as 8 years old are now watching TikTok videos daily, many for hours at a time. Studies have shown that excessive screen time affects kids' ability to focus and increases anxiety and depression. According to a report from Common Sense Media, teenagers in the U.S. spend around 90 minutes per day on TikTok alone. These kids are in their formative years, meaning their brains are still developing, and TikTok is training them to seek constant stimulation and instant gratification. Let's put this in perspective. The same dopamine release triggered by TikTok is similar to the brain's response to sugar and gambling. Yes, TikTok is like digital candy, and the impact it has on mental health can be disastrous. A 2023 study from Oxford University showed that increased social media use correlates with higher levels of anxiety, depression, and loneliness among teens. TikTok is effectively rewiring their minds to seek approval and value based on views, likes, and followers. This culture of likes has proven to reduce self-esteem, leading kids to feel worthless without online validation, and it's not just about mental health. TikTok's algorithm also encourages kids to engage in risky and sometimes dangerous behavior just for the sake of likes and views. Remember the infamous Skull Breaker challenge? Or how about the countless other trends where kids are pressured to eat inedible substances or prank strangers in dangerous ways? Let's talk about the dangerous trends we've seen go viral on the platform. 1. The Skull Breaker challenge. Teens were literally attempting to break each other's bones for views. 2. The Benadryl challenge. Encouraging kids to take excessive doses of the drug, resulting in several hospitalizations and even deaths. 3. Devious Licks, where students across the globe were encouraged to vandalize school property and steal items for viral fame. In 2022 alone, there were over 25 reported cases of children ending up in the hospital after trying viral TikTok challenges. Some of these kids will have long-term physical scars, and some never recovered. TikTok's influence doesn't stop at dangerous stunts. Research shows that excessive exposure to the app promotes unhealthy beauty standards. Kids as young as 10 or 11 are exposed to content about diet trends, extreme beauty routines, and cosmetic surgery. This has led to a sharp rise in body dissatisfaction and eating disorders, as well as higher rates of anxiety and depression among teenage girls. Now let's talk about something even scarier. TikTok knows more about you than you probably realize. When you're scrolling through TikTok, you might think it's just an innocent way to pass the time. But in reality, every scroll, every tap, every second you spend on a video is being tracked. A report by the Wall Street Journal found that TikTok gathers information not only about what you like, but also about your location, browsing history, and even biometric data like face prints. This data can be used to predict what you'll watch, but it can also be sold to third parties, including advertisers who want to target you even more effectively. In 2020, the app faced serious backlash after it was revealed that TikTok collected clipboard data from iPhones, recording what users copied and pasted. And it's not just teenagers who are vulnerable. Millions of adults are unknowingly handing over their data every day. Imagine how much personal information TikTok has accumulated, not just from what you watch, but from every keystroke, every scroll, and every pause. This level of data collection is disturbing enough on its own, but what makes it worse is TikTok's potential ties to the Chinese government. The app is owned by ByteDance, a company headquartered in China, and there are serious concerns about how this data might be used. In fact, the US government has launched multiple investigations into TikTok, banning it from government devices in certain states. India went as far as banning the app outright in 2020, over concerns about data privacy and national security. Beyond mental health and data privacy, TikTok is also damaging our ability to focus. Psychologists have warned that social media platforms, especially TikTok with its rapid short-form content, are changing how we process information. Our brains are rewiring to expect constant bursts of new, stimulating content, making it harder to focus on tasks that don't provide instant gratification. A 2021 study from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found that prolonged exposure to TikTok's short-form videos contributes to a decrease in sustained attention. It's not just kids who are affected. Adults are reporting increased struggles with focus, productivity, and memory. Essentially, TikTok is training us to have shorter attention spans, making everyday tasks harder to complete. And let's be clear, it's not just kids who are affected. Adults too are getting sucked into TikTok's world. Many people say they use the app as a stress reliever, but studies show it's actually causing more stress in the long run. You might have a quick laugh watching a TikTok video, but that quick hit of dopamine fades, leaving you wanting more. Before you know it, it's 3 a.m., you've lost sleep, and you feel drained. That's because prolonged TikTok use has been shown to disrupt your sleep patterns, leading to higher rates of insomnia, anxiety, and depression. So if TikTok is damaging mental health, stealing our time, compromising privacy, and reducing our attention spans, who's benefiting? ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, is currently valued at over $200 billion. In 2023 alone, TikTok brought in nearly $11 billion in ad revenue. All those ads you see while scrolling, they're part of a billion-dollar system that profits from keeping you glued to your screen. Every minute you spend on TikTok, they're collecting data, selling ads, and raking in profits. TikTok's success is directly tied to how much time we spend on the app, and it's structured to keep us watching for as long as possible. The company thrives on our addiction, using it as a tool to increase ad revenue. In other words, the more addicted we become, the more money TikTok makes. And if you zoom out, the consequences of TikTok addiction are even bigger. Kids and adults alike are spending less time connecting with the real world and more time living through their screens. Real-life friendships are getting replaced by virtual followers. People are basing their self-worth on likes and views instead of actual accomplishments or personal relationships. In fact, many psychologists believe that social media platforms like TikTok are contributing to an epidemic of loneliness and social isolation. People are more connected than ever, yet studies show that loneliness and depression are at all-time highs. This is a paradox that's hard to ignore. It's time to wake up to the dark truth of TikTok. TikTok isn't just another social media app. It's a carefully crafted, highly addictive system that profits off our attention and our data, often at the expense of our mental health, privacy, and productivity. It's time to take control of our lives back from an app that is designed to keep us distracted and addicted. Parents, take a closer look at your kids' screen time. If you're on TikTok or yourself, consider the effects it may be having on your attention. your mental health, and your privacy. So the next time you find yourself scrolling through TikTok, remember, each swipe isn't just a video. It's part of a system designed to pull you in, distract you, and keep you addicted. The dark truth of TikTok is that it's not just a harmless app. It's a billion-dollar empire built on addiction, privacy invasion, and manipulation. And the worst part? Most of us don't even realize it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe for more content that dives deeper into the reality behind social media. And as always, stay safe and stay informed.